A few weeks ago, I came across a completely new faceless Instagram page called Buildup. This page posted its first video on the 17th of December, and just over a month later they crossed 2 million followers. This is the fastest growing faceless page right now, and they are doing something completely new. They are posting inspirational and philosophical story-based videos, and these videos are actually very easy to make. But the crazy part? A few weeks later, they created another page called Iron Will where they post similar videos, and they have just reached 1.5 million followers. This is the biggest opportunity right now to start your own faceless page. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make these videos. But first, let's take a look at one of their videos so you know what I'm talking about.
One day his wife, who had very long hair, asked him to buy her a comb. The man felt very sorry and said no. A millionaire walks into a bank in New York City and says, "I need to borrow $5,000. I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks." The bank officer says the bank will need some kind. The man found an eagle's egg and put it in a nest of a barnyard hen.
As you can see, these videos are all inspirational stories, narrated by a very low voice, and they always have a deep philosophical moral to the story. So let's start with the most important part of the videos, the stories. And to create these stories you want to, of course, use ChatGPT. And it is actually pretty difficult to make stories with ChatGPT that don't just sound like a unicorn farting rainbows in a Disney movie on steroids. But I managed to create a prompt, which will create amazing stories which are perfect for these videos. And you will find out in the end result how good these stories actually are. Simply paste in this prompt. And you can find this prompt in the description of this video. I'm not going to explain it in its entirety, because that would be a separate video for itself. But the most important parts of these stories are that they start with a scenario, have a build-up and end with a clever plot or conclusion, with some sort of deep philosophical meaning that will leave your viewers questioning their own existence. And it's up to you to only fill in 2 things in this prompt to personalize your stories. You need to pick a style. For instance, motivational, inspirational, or in the case of what Buildup does, a philosophical story. And then you will need to pick a subject. And this can be anything. For instance, about an eagle, or a man on the moon, or for instance, a boy raised by wolves. ChatGPT is really good at connecting a philosophical life lesson to this subject. So simply fill in these 2 things and ChatGPT is going to write these stories for you. I recommend you press redo a couple of times to get variations on the story. You can do this by selecting the redo icon at the bottom of the screen. Then afterwards, simply pick the best one. Next, you need to create the voiceover, and I highly recommend you use 11 Labs. This is by far the best voiceover software there is. I have put a link to 11 Labs in the description of this video. If you use this link, you can actually sign up for a free plan which gives you 20 minutes of voice generation a month for free, which is more than enough for these short videos. The voiceover is actually one of the things that these pages do extremely well. They have a very serious, deep and low voiceover that really engages the viewer and is perfect for these storytelling videos. If you go to Voices and then to Explore, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality voices. I listened to every voiceover on 11 Labs and there is actually only one which has the same style.
The one I'm talking about is called Dave Deep and Gruff.
He sounds like he's seen some stuff. Probably narrated a few crime documentaries in his time. Simply select Add to Voice Lab and the voice is then added to your library. Next, you need to adjust the settings. I would put the stability, which decides how expressive the voice talks, to 50% and the clarity to 90%. This will get the best results for this particular voice. Now paste in the text from ChatGPT and hit generate. And now you are ready to start editing the videos. And for these videos you will of course need footage and background music. And there are actually 2 ways of creating these videos. A free method and one which costs a little bit of money. For the free method you will need to search on different websites for free, copyright-free videos and copyright-free music you can use. This will take some time and most of the times you don't have a lot of choice. You can also use an editing software which has copyright-free videos and music built in. These are mostly paid, but they have much more videos and music and it is higher quality. But since these videos are so easy to make, I'm actually going to show you both methods. So you can choose which one works best for you. For the free method, I highly recommend using CapCut as your editing software. and for the paid version I recommend Veed. They have one of the largest video and music libraries, and they are by far the cheapest option starting at $12 a month. Again, I have put all links in the description of this video. And with the Veed link you can actually sign up for a free plan. This will give you a watermark on your videos, but this way you can test it out. Let's start with CapCut. Upload the voiceover you just created in 11 Labs and drag it onto the timeline at the bottom of the screen. Here is where the editing is going to happen. In the case of Veed, you will first need to select Create Project and then select Blank Canvas. Upload the voiceover, and it is automatically added to the editing timeline at the bottom of the screen. Next, you will need to search for suitable background music. And I highly recommend you take your time to find the right music, because the right music can really make or break your video. In the case of Veed, you need to go to Media and scroll down a little. For these inspirational videos, I recommend you search for something like cinematic emotional. And in the case of Veed, you don't need to worry about copyright claims. When you found one you like, you need to select the plus icon and it is added to your timeline. For the free method, you could go to Google and search for free copyright-free music. However, I recommend using Toontank. They actually have a free plan which allows you to monetize your videos, gives you unlimited downloads, and don't get you copyright claims. Again, search for something like cinematic emotional and download one you like. Upload it in CapCut and drag it onto your timeline. In this case, the song already has the perfect length. However, I'm going to add a dramatic pause in the voiceover at the ending. Incorporating dramatic pauses at the end of your videos are very powerful. Almost as powerful as the awkward silence when my last Tinder date saw me for the first time and realized I'm definitely not the guy from my Tinder profile picture. Nonetheless, you will find out what I mean when I'm showing you the end result. To add such a pause, you want to place your timing bar at the point where you want to add the pause and select the split button on the left side of the screen. Now place the part you separated further onto the timeline. In Veed, it works very similar. Just place the timing bar at the point where you want to add the pause, right-click with your mouse and select Split Element. And we are now going to add footage. But before you do this, you want to change the aspect ratio to 9:16. Because you are making short-form content. In Veed, you do this by going to Settings and then changing the size to either YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram Reel. In CapCut, you have to go to Ratio and select 9:16, and now you can start adding footage. In Veed, this is very straightforward. Just go to Media, and then to Stock Videos. Simply play the video and listen to the voiceover.
A boy, raised by wolves, knew only the forest.
The first part of the story is about wolves and a forest. So let's search for wolves. And as you can see, you are getting a lot of high-quality videos about wolves you can actually use without getting into copyright trouble. And this is the main advantage of using this method. Simply select one you like, and it is automatically added to the timeline. Decide where you want to switch up to a different video and shorten the video to that point. And now you want to simply repeat these steps. Listen to the voiceover, search for relevant footage, add it to the timeline and shorten it to the right point. It's as easy as that. Once you are done, you will have something that looks like this. Now if you want to do this for free, you will need to use free stock footage websites like Pexels. However, as you can see, they only have one video about wolves. Alternatively, you could use Pixabay. In this case, they have 16 videos about wolves. You could also search on YouTube for copyright-free videos. But you have to be careful because a lot of channels just download these from paid websites and upload them saying it is copyright-free. And technically they are right, but it's only copyright-free for them because they have a subscription. If you want to be completely safe, you can also search for a topic, then go to Filters and select Creative Commons. These are videos that everybody is allowed to reuse. When you scroll down, you can see a license label saying Creative Commons Attribution License, Reuse Allowed, which means that you are allowed to reuse the content for your own videos. So I would recommend you use these options to search for footage. When you have enough footage, upload it in CapCut and follow the same steps as with Veed. Listen to the voiceover, drag the right video onto the editing timeline, Enlarge the video so it fits the entire screen and cut it off at the right point in the video. Then simply repeat these steps until you have covered the entire video. And now the video is ready for the final touch. Captions and color grading. These videos all have a dark and sometimes yellow style filter. When you add these filters, you can make sure that all videos match with each other. This will make it look much more professional. In Veed, you want to select a video and go to Filters in the bottom left corner of the screen. Then go to Effects and choose the Vignette Sepia effect. Now go to Adjust and decrease the brightness of the video. This will darken the video. And you want to repeat this for every separate video you added to the timeline. Keep in mind that you don't need to add a filter to every single video. And you can definitely play around with it a little. Sometimes you could switch it up with a black and white filter, for instance, to enhance the dramatic effect of certain parts. The most important part is that you decrease the brightness and make sure that the brightness matches with the rest of the video. So for some videos, you will need to decrease the brightness more than others. In CapCut, it works very similarly. Just go to Filters in the top left corner, search for a sepia filter and drag it onto the timeline. To decrease the brightness, you will need to select a video and go to Adjustments in the top right corner. Then scroll down a little until you see Brightness. And repeat these steps for the rest of your video. Lastly, you want to add subtitles. In Veed, you will need to go to Subtitles on the left side of the screen. Select the right language and then select Create Subtitles. And Veed will automatically add captions to your video. First, place the captions in the center of the video and then go to Styles. Here you can change everything to your liking, from the font, the animation, color, and so on. In this case, I'm just going to increase the size and change the color of the captions. In CapCut, you will need to go to Text in the top left corner and then to Auto Captions. Select the right language and then select Create. Again, place the captions in the center of the screen. But as you can see, the captions are too long. Preferably, you want to have a maximum of 3 to 4 words. To change this, you will need to go to Captions in the top right corner. Then you can select where you want to split the captions and simply press Enter. So you will need to split the captions manually to make them fit nicely in the video. Kind of like how my ex had to split her attention between me and her phone. Spoiler alert, her phone always won. When you go to Text and then to Basic, you can also change a lot of things like the size, font, and color. Once you are done, hit Export in the top right corner. Give your video a name and hit Export again. In Veed, you need to select Done in the top right corner and then Export Video. And you are done. Now let's have a look at the final result.
A boy, raised by wolves, knew only the forest. One day, humans found him. "You're one of us," they said. The boy, curious, followed them to their village. He watched them, their ways strange and complex. He saw them argue over land, gold, and trivial things. He saw them build fences, separating themselves from each other. "Why?" he asked. "For safety," they said. "From what?" They had no answer that satisfied him. Months passed, and the boy missed the forest, the unity of his wolf family. He decided to return. Before leaving, he asked, "Why do you build walls?" "To keep others out," they replied. "In the forest, we thrive together. Here you are together but alone. Why?" No one could answer. The boy left, realizing one important thing. True community doesn't come from building walls, but from breaking them down.
Not bad, ChatGPT, not bad. Again, I have put a link to Veed and all other tools in the description of this video. If you use this link, you can sign up for a free plan to test it out. And the free method will also work very well. However, be careful with the footage you use. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. This will help me make more videos for you. Thanks for watching, and until next time.